Hey Chiefs Kingdom, are you ready for something big? Because what just went down in the draft could completely reshape the future of the Kansas City Chiefs defense. And trust me, this move is already sending shockwaves across the league. We're talking about an aggressive trade-up, a bold statement from the front office, and a pick that could define the next era of Kansas City football. But here's the real question. Did the Chiefs just find their next shutdown superstar? Or did they take a massive gamble? Stick with me because what happened on draft night, and what it means for the Kansas City Chiefs moving forward, is something every real fan needs to understand. The night started with tension building across the entire league as teams positioned themselves for key selections. The Kansas City Chiefs weren't just sitting back and waiting. They were hunting. When the opportunity came, Kansas City made a decisive move, jumping from pick number 9 to number 6. That kind of aggression tells you everything about how they viewed this prospect. Giving up picks 9, 74, and 148 to move up might seem costly, but for the Chiefs, this wasn't just a pick. It was a mission to secure their guy before anyone else could. And that guy, Mansour Delane, a name that Chiefs fans are going to be hearing a lot moving forward. The front office clearly believed Delane was the best cornerback available, and more importantly, a perfect fit for their defensive identity. This wasn't a panic move. This was calculated, targeted, and intentional, something we've seen before from this organization when they truly believe in a player. Head coach Andy Reid didn't hide his excitement after the selection. You could hear it in his voice. This was someone they didn't want to risk losing. Reid even compared the move to when the Chiefs traded up for Trent McDuffie, which should immediately grab your attention. That comparison alone tells you the level of expectation surrounding Delane and how big this pick could become. According to Reid, multiple teams ahead of Kansas City were eyeing cornerbacks, which forced their hand. And let's be honest, Chiefs fans, you don't sit back and hope your guy falls when you're trying to stay on top of the NFL. You go get him. And that's exactly what Kansas City did. Now let's talk about what makes Mansour Delane so special, because this isn't just hype. This is backed by production. During his college career, Delane proved to be one of the most consistent defensive backs in the country. With multiple interceptions, pass breakups, and a high tackle count, he wasn't just covering receivers, he was impacting every phase of the game. His journey started at Virginia Tech, where he built a solid foundation over 3 seasons. In those years, he showcased his instincts, physicality, and ability to read quarterbacks. But it was his transfer to LSU that truly elevated his status to elite. At LSU, Delane faced top-tier competition week after week, and he didn't just survive, he dominated. Starting every game in his senior season, he limited opposing quarterbacks significantly despite being targeted frequently. That kind of consistency at the highest college level is exactly what NFL teams look for. And the accolades followed: All-American honors, All-SEC recognition, and being a finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award. That's not just good, that's elite territory. But what really stands out is his versatility. Delane isn't locked into one role. He can play man, zone, press, and adjust on the fly. His footwork is sharp, his ball tracking is excellent, and his physicality makes him a nightmare for receivers. And here's something Chiefs fans will love: he tackles really well. In a league where many corners shy away from contact, Delane brings the hit and finishes plays. Let's talk speed, because in today's NFL, that's non-negotiable. Delane clocked a blazing 4.35 in the 40-yard dash at his pro day, answering any doubts about his ability to keep up with elite receivers. That kind of speed, combined with his instincts, makes him a serious weapon in the secondary. He's not just reacting, he's anticipating. And that's how turnovers are created. Now here's where things get really interesting for the Kansas City Chiefs. This move wasn't made in a vacuum, it comes after major changes in the secondary. The Chiefs moved on from Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, leaving a huge gap in the defense. That's not just a roster change, that's a complete shift in identity. And Delane is stepping right into that spotlight. The expectation? Immediate impact. Not just development, not just depth. We're talking about a player who could start and contribute right away. That's a lot of pressure, but also a massive opportunity. Later in the first round, the Chiefs doubled down on defense by selecting defensive tackle Peter Woods. This wasn't coincidence, it was a clear strategy. Kansas City is rebuilding and reinforcing the defense from the ground up. Woods brings athleticism, strength, and versatility to the defensive line. According to Andy Reid, he's been on their radar from the very beginning. That tells you this wasn't a fallback pick. This was part of the plan. With Woods inside and Delane on the outside, the Chiefs are building something dangerous. A defense that can pressure the quarterback and lock down receivers. That combination wins championships. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. The Kansas City Chiefs are evolving. They're not just relying on offense anymore. They're investing heavily in defense to stay ahead of the competition. And in a league that's constantly adapting, that mindset is critical. But here's the question I want you to answer. Chiefs Kingdom, did the Chiefs make the right call trading up for Delane? Was he worth the extra picks? Or should they have stayed patient at number 9? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. Because one thing is clear. The Kansas City Chiefs just made a statement. They're not playing it safe. They're playing to win. And if these picks hit the way the front office believes they will, we might be looking at the next dominant chapter of Chiefs football. So don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with every Chiefs fan you know. Because the season hasn't even started yet, and things are already getting wild in Kansas City.